What is up, friends? We are taking a look through some of the Austin sales data for the last month to take a look at seeing what is the market doing and to make sure you are best informed and best prepared to reach your homeownership goals, whatever those may be. So there's a lot of things going on right now and some kind of conflicting things depending on exactly what numbers you're looking at. There's a little bit of noise because always this time of year, as we head into the holiday season, difficult to ascertain what is market movement and what is just kind of the ebbs and flows of real estate. As people say, some people will shut it down, and we're seeing this right now and say, hey, I'm not looking to buy, I'm not looking to sell during these particular months. Simply because it's too much. I've got too much going on with the holidays, whatever the case may be. And I do think we are seeing a little bit of that because we've seen the active listings that are on the market drop relatively significantly from where they had been. And I think what we're seeing is some of that aged inventory, some of that inventory that had been on the market for quite a while. Maybe sellers were trying to test the market, see if they could reach a certain number. They're going ahead and pulling it off the market, probably trying to reset their days on market so they can start back fresh at the beginning of the year. And so it skews some of the data a little bit, but I do think there are some nuggets in here. First and foremost, we had the first, this is October. We don't have November numbers back yet. That'll be here in the next couple of weeks. But we've had the first increase in median sales price for the month of October in a few years. So pricing actually went up in October as opposed to what it was in September. Still down year over year, but pretty marginally. Average sales price this month was $430,000 for the Austin Metro. In addition to that, closed sales stayed relatively steady. So we're still seeing buyer demand even leading into those holiday months that I mentioned. So some positive signs that maybe we're starting to see some positive momentum in the other way. A lot of that can probably be attributed to a little bit more optimistic outlook from consumers on interest rates, hoping that those are going to continue to slide back just a little bit, come down after we saw a little bit of an uptick, maybe a little bit unexpected for some folks about a month ago. But now we're starting to see rates go in the right direction. So I think consumer outlook is a little more positive than maybe what it had been in previous months. We see new listings down just a little bit, as well as, like I mentioned before, the active listings. So a little less coming on market, but some of that aged inventory coming off means that some of the days on market that we're seeing are actually coming down as well. So for sellers, I look at it and I say, okay, well, if you're priced aggressively, if you're priced correctly, you can definitely still sell during these holiday months if you need to. And for buyers, we're seeing that, even though there's a little bit less inventory coming to the market, there's still plenty of options and a lot more than maybe what we would have seen a few years ago. No wholesale changes in the last month. It's not like the real estate market has totally been turned on its head. It's more kind of steadily trying to figure out where we're going to be 6 months from now by checking out what is happening on a month to month basis. So again, nothing earth shattering, a lot more of the same, but starting to see some things that maybe say, okay, there's a little bit more confidence in the market and people are returning in a little bit bigger numbers. I think as we watch rates, when they do start to come down, that's when we'll start to see more of a rush to the market from both buyers and sellers. If you have questions about what's going on in your direct market, I say this all the time, and I'm sure people who listen to me often are sick of hearing it, but it's true. Overall numbers, even if they are specific to Austin, they're not specific enough to you. So if you're trying to figure out what the right home ownership, if you're thinking of selling, if you're thinking of buying, investing, or even just curious, it's not going to be specific enough to look at Austin as a whole. We really have to drill down and look into your specific situation, your specific neighborhood, how things are moving, what are the days on market, how many active listings are there. There's a lot more that goes into it. If you have questions about those types of things, if you want more details, that is what I am here to do. It's what I love to do. I love to educate people on this process and on what it takes, what we really need to look at numbers wise to be sure they're making informed decisions. So if you have questions in regard to your specific situation, reach out, ask. I am always so happy to be a resource. Until next time, guys, see you later.